What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I stumbled upon Datto's video where he's an elitist reacting to elite takes. And after watching the video, I realized that maybe I'm not in the elitist camp, man. Let's just bring up one take from the elitist camp, and that is, not all loot should be earnable by all players if they aren't good enough to earn it or aren't willing to grind for it. I say that every player should have the chance, okay? That's all I'm saying. It seems like Datto, I don't know if he would agree with what I'm saying. Maybe elitists will agree, maybe they won't, but the way that they word their statements, it doesn't seem like they want to give players a chance as well. So what do I mean by chance, right? Pantheon is the greatest example where we have people in LFG, maybe people in clans who are jumping into the highest difficulty, contest mode difficulty, without knowing anything about the raid encounters. And what elitists are saying is, y'all shouldn't even be here. Get out of here, man. And what I'm saying is, Pantheon is free. That means everyone should have a chance to tackle Pantheon. If they succeed, they succeed. If they don't succeed, they don't succeed. That is the problem with using LFG. You're getting a mixed bag of players. Unless you are being anal about everything, about all of the skills that your players have, your teammates have, then you're going to have a mixed bag of players and you don't know what kind of experience you are going to get from LFG. Like I said, everyone should have a chance, especially when the ticket is free. Datto brings up Elden Ring to fortify the point that people have to get good to earn the rewards in the game, and they also have to grind for these items because nothing's going to be handed to you. If you walk up to Melania in Elden Ring, you have to be good to get her rewards. I just don't agree with that because in a lot of games, especially on PC, you can literally mod progress. So in Remnant 2, I don't know about Elden Ring, but I'm pretty sure you can literally download a mod that has access to someone's first playthrough. They already beat it. So you can download that file, have all of the loot, including Melania's loot, and jump into New Game Plus with all of this great armor. In Remnant 2, if you're having a difficult time at a boss, bro, summon somebody. There have been multiple instances where I would look at a boss in the video game and say, you know what? I can't beat that by myself. I'm gonna go get some help. Jump into the boss fight with help and just massacre it in like 5 seconds. A fight that would have taken me hours took me 5 seconds with help. So you can walk up to Melania at level 1 and beat her if you have mods, if you have help. And this is something that you can do in a lot of games that isn't Destiny 2. Honestly, you could probably do it in Destiny 2. Back in the day, you definitely could when they didn't have the anti-cheat. So you could mod like crazy. And up until now, you were able to get carried in the lower difficulties of Pantheon. So Pantheon is one of the first activities that has been able to humble the player base. Humble players into hopefully thinking that they have to be better at the game. So Datto's points about Elden Ring weaken his take because you can literally buy Elden Ring and get everything in Elden Ring, especially if you play on PC. Maybe even on console. If you have a good buddy, they can carry you through Melania, any boss in the game, and you can get their rewards. So if players, casual players who tend to play multiple games, I guess, if they're doing that on other games, it kind of makes sense that they're wanting that for Destiny 2 when they can do that in 99% of the games that they own. Another take that I don't agree with that elitists have is the cheese, man. They were talking about people using cheeses and GMs, the ribbon cheese and whatnot. Bro. This is what I have to say about cheese. Use it if you want. Don't use it if you don't want to use it. There are ways to get around the cheese, man. I don't understand this policing of how people play video games. Specifically, I guess Destiny 2. There's not one way to play Destiny 2. There's not one way to get the job done. There are other methods. We have to adapt to other players' strategies when we're using LFG. We just have to, especially with symbols in Vow of the Disciple. People call Plateau Black Garden. We used to call it Colorado. So you have to be able to adapt to everybody's play styles. And if you are an elitist, I would assume that you would know this and you would be able to adapt to that because you're so good at the game. So if my team wants to cheese, I can cheese because I know the cheese. If my team doesn't want the cheese, we don't have to cheese. If you're in a group as an elitist and your team is cheesing, that's on you. You should have been more vigilant in who you joined or who you were playing with. It's not the player's fault for cheesing. That's just one way that they enjoy playing the game, man. It's one way that they know it's gonna get the job done, man. They don't trust you enough. They don't know you well enough to do the activity the legit way. Me as a player using LFG, I learned to adapt. I learned everything. I learned the cheese. I learned the regular way to play. Maybe not Riven because I just developed this play style. You know, I've been on LFG for a long time and this kind of mentality has developed throughout the years. Being on LFG for so long, I have learned that I have to be able to adapt. If I want to play without having to look up people's stats and whatnot, then I have to be willing to adapt to people's play styles. I have to be a chameleon. My attitude and who I am, I don't have to like change up in that way, but I have to be able to do all of the roles in the raid. I have to be able to know the cheeses. I have to know this in X, Y, and Z because knowing all of this is going to increase my chances of winning. The last take I want to talk about, which I believe was born from the elitist camp, is get good. You will exponentially get better at the activity if you have someone giving you great feedback, telling you, hey, for this encounter, don't use that weapon because it's not good for this encounter. Use this weapon instead. You gotta break down. You gotta give them the feedback so that they know why they're doing X and they can improve and make better decisions in the future. When you're telling someone in a Grandmaster to get good because they're dying all of the time, what does that do for them? Does that make them better at this Grandmaster? No, it doesn't. So I don't get this phrase. I don't get the birth of this phrase because it seems so unwelcoming. It seems so not hurtful to the person's feelings, but hurtful to the community at whole, because the more people you're telling to get good, the more people are unaware of what they're doing wrong and what mistakes that they're making. I love everybody, man. There's no hate in my heart. I'm just saying, bro, it's kind of hard for me to agree with elitists. If that's what they have to offer in this video that Datto reacted to, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to do all the stuff. Hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe if you enjoyed the vibe. I'll see you in the next one, baby. Peace and one love.